Cranky Yankee coming back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Lewis's onboard. And really we're going to do just the first a couple turns. I want to show you two incidents, and I might even get to one more later, but I want to break down Lewis's incident with Vettel on the getaway, and then I want to show a bit of respectful driving, which when I saw, I loved it. And I don't think that part may be boring, but it involves a driver that I really, in terms of like, I don't make enough videos about him yet, but I plan to, and it's involving Carlos Sainz. And just this one incident, I'm not talking about in general. I'm just going to talk about this one incident and keep it simple. But the first one, Vettel, then Sainz, I'll do it all in the same video to make it nice and juicy and not waste anyone's time. So let's get into it. This one seems a little egregious to me, and they investigated and let it go. This point of this video is only to show you some interesting parts of the race that obviously a lot of people don't get to see. I'm not trying to call for anything with this on Vettel, but I do want to show you, and I'm going to keep the ticker up in myself here again because I want this one to stay. But you see Vettel, who, I mean, it's not the racing line though. I understand sometimes when cars move over because they want to be on the racing line, but he just wants the toe. So you can't push someone off the track because you want the toe. I'm not really sure why they let this go. It wasn't as if Hamilton like snuck out of nowhere either. He was on this part of the track. I don't really know why they let this go, to be frank. It's kind of like I feel like he kind of got away with one, but I mean, it's not a big deal. But like, why does he jerk over like that? Other than to get the toe. Like, right, I'm not a dummy. I know why he did it, but look at why is he still pushing him off the track? What's the point of that? He has the toe. And Hamilton, if he stays in that grass, he knows what could happen, something pretty horrible. So he gets back over, and that compromises him for Max right here. And you can tell at some point in this, Hamilton just gets so pissed off and is like, no, I'm not getting pushed off anymore. So he gets pushed off again right here, and he pushes back, and he's like, no, I'm not doing this. You're not going to ruin my race. Look at his trajectory here, going what, 10 kph max? Well, probably more than that. I'm joking, but he's not going very fast, and he's going directly into the side. I mean, his wheels turn, but you can tell he's not gonna get a lot of traction there, and he has to end up on the grass. And he sees, he probably thinks this is Verstappen's cruising by him, but it's Albon, so that probably doesn't make him happy at all. And so here's where I want to say, Lewis pushed back, but he could have overreacted here. He could have done something stupid. He could have ended up in another incident, but he chose not to. And here's where I like this a lot. And I want to talk about it because I wish a lot more drivers did this in situations where maybe they were upset. But you got Lando Norris behind him. Here's the situation. He just got pushed. Lewis did. And now he's falling back. And Carlos Sainz ends up catching him. And now Sainz is on his left. That's Sainz right there on his left. You can see his wheel in the top left corner. And going into this turn, this looks eerily like the ones previous, where if Lewis is pissed off enough, he could pinch him. And just like Valtteri accidentally did with Max kind of put himself there, but he pinched and got basically gave Max his puncture on accident. It was Max's fault, in my opinion, but and he doesn't pinch him, but Carlos leaves him ample room. Now, I hate that we're in a position in this point with the FIA where it's celebrated that drivers are leaving room. Sainz didn't have to do this. Honestly, he could have kept his line going straight there, held it, and squeezed Hamilton off. He did leave him room. Now, it wasn't his best interest to get back to the left, but also at the same time, he could have compromised his turn he could have sacrificed a little bit of the exit of the turn to bolster his position, and he doesn't. He gives him space again, right there. There's the defining moment. Hamilton could have pushed him, and obviously it would have resulted in a penalty. We say that so casually, but we got to remember Kvyat, at the same time, was in a position where he didn't see it like that. So he just this is the exact situation in which he did with Hülkenberg, where he just knocked his wheel out. I don't think it was on purpose, but again, Hamilton keeping his cool head. Carlos, more than anyone, look how much room he left him. And they both ride each other's tires, perfectly safe, perfectly respectful of the situation, and everyone walks away clean. And you just wish this would happen more. Of course, it's not. I want to show you from Lando Norris's point of view, though, who's having his own little fight and fight them in the back here, just behind his partner. Where is his name? Right there. Now let's take a peek at Lando, and you can see it perfectly clear from back here. Here's where they go in side by side. He leaves him some space on the outside. You know, Valtteri's point of view might be really good too. So let's actually pop over to Valtteri's point of view, because it looks like he's directly behind the action. So, and here's my favorite part of the turn. Just enough turn. Carlos leaves him just enough room, and there's no problems at all. And I just wish people, this would happen more. And my part is just to make a breakdown of it. So this is what I'm going to call correct. This is what I'm going to call polite driving. So Valtteri on the radio, it's cocky as he approaches, and this is a good point of view. Leaves him just enough room. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I love this. And this is what I like. And this is why I think a lot of people on the grid like Carlos. And this is why I think Carlos is very underrated, is because he doesn't make these aggressive moves. This would have put him in a better position. He ended up not having the best of races, but that doesn't really matter. I think these things will come back to him. And Hamilton will remember this. And just the amount of space. And again, maybe I'm making a mountain of a molehill, but I really respect that. And Norris does the same thing. All the while, Valtteri's talking comfortably on the radio with Lando right next to him. Doesn't pinch him there, leaves him room there. So it's another masterclass, and he still takes his position. So the McLarens, and I don't know if it's Carlos's driving style, and I think it's Lando's rookie. It's the rookie in him. I don't know enough about Lando from his previous circuit, or from his previous races, and all the stuff he's been involved in to know the kind of driver he is, other than what I've seen so far and studied and made all these videos about. So I can't say if this is who he is, if he's just a really respectful driver. Again, I'm not having a go at him to say he's not, but that's just some really good, hard racing. But in a day and age where there's constantly contact, more than normal, and we're leaving it up to the FIA, the McLaren's doing a really good job. And for the most part, Mercedes too, in this situation, they could have pinched back, but they were on the attacking side of both these situations, trying to claw back, and the McLarens had the rightful spots, and they gave them room. And I'll just do my part and make the breakdowns about it, but I really can appreciate that about both these drivers, and it sucks that both their, nice guys finish last. Is I hope a motto they don't adopt, but that's really what happened here, and unrelated to this, but I wanted to break it down and show you guys and make a video about it, because it really is, I really do respect that kind of stuff, and I don't do this a lot, but that was really awesome what they did in those first few laps, and it could have been different, and Lewis wouldn't have got this win, and Valtteri wouldn't have got that podium. And you see what happened with Max. He didn't really care. So I made the other video. Go check it out. But in a situation where it benefited Max and someone else would have been caught out, he didn't care. So like I said, I'll call it out where I see it. And this video deserved to be made. So let me know what you think. If you want another onboard, let me know and I'll make it. And thanks for checking this out. Cranky Yankee F1.com. All the blogs are updated. The site is almost done, but check it out if you're bored. Hope you like this and subscribe.